All right, so what's up, everybody? It's your boy, student Dr. Malachi Wright, and currently I'm on my way to go to the barbershop to go get my hair cut. It's Sunday, February the 26th, I think. You guys know me, I'm not 100% too good with dates, so I think it's the 26th, but I'm not 100% sure. So right now, hopefully you all can hear me well. Like I said before, I'm on my way to get my hair cut. Typically I try to get my hair cut every 2 to 3 weeks. This week, I think it's been like the 4th week since I've gotten my hair cut. But nevertheless, I wanted to get on here to make a really short video and talk to you guys about having free time outside of dental school. I've been receiving a lot of messages from people who are coming into dental school for their first year, their D1 year this coming fall. And a lot of people have been asking me, like, do you have free time to do things in dental school? Like, do you have free time to go to the gym? Do you have free time to kind of like live the life that you lived before dental school while in dental school? And I think this is a very important question to ask, not only because it's extremely relevant, but also because really depending on what things you really want to continue to do will really phrase or change the answer in my response. So, for example, right? Say if you work like a full-time job right now, and in working that full-time job, you work about 30, 40 hours a week, and say if it is that odd hour, say if you work from like 5 to 10 or 5 to 11, Monday through Friday or something of that nature, and you want to continue to do that throughout the duration of dental school, I'm not saying that's not possible, but it's very unrealistic. And here's my opinion on that. I don't think anything that requires you to spend more than 20 hours a week doing is something that you'll be able to sustain in dental school, solely because of the amount of courses you're taking at one time. Personally, I believe that the content is just a little more difficult, like slightly more difficult than undergraduate, depending on what school you went to. But overall, it's just more content coming at you at one time than the depth of the content that you're learning. So to provide you with an example, we're taking gross anatomy right now, and for a lot of D1s at multiple schools across the country, this is likely going to be the most difficult course you've taken or you will take during your D1 year. And I personally love anatomy. Well, love is kind of a strong word. But I will say that, like, for most D1s who are coming from across the United States, one of the more difficult courses that we have to take is a course called gross anatomy, which we're taking right now. If you're trying to do something outside of school that requires more than 20 hours, then it will really be difficult to get in the amount of time that you need to study for a course like gross anatomy and get the grade that you want in this course. I'm not saying that it was not possible, but it is going to be a little difficult. I think the first step in really analyzing whether or not or how much time you have outside of school to do what you want to do will be figuring out first what type of student you are. For example, in my class, there are plenty of different types of students. You have a type of student who has a mentality that C's get degrees, I just need to pass this exam, and if I pass, I'm good. Those individuals tend to have a little more free time outside of school because you really spend a lot less time studying because you're not too concerned about being the perfectionist to try to get the perfect score on the exam. Then you have people who are like the gunners, if you may, or the go-getters, I'll say. And I think I want to use the term gunners because I think that's kind of like a negative term, but I'll say the go-getters. And these are the people who come in, they know they want to specialize, they know exactly what they want to get out of dental school, and they have no problem putting in that extra time every single day to make sure they study to get to where they want to be. So these are the people who are the first people in class, the last people to leave class, you know, staying after, asking the professors questions, studying the content that same day, making flashcards, Anki cards, and drilling them things out every second that they can throughout the day. And for me, I think I'm a healthy medium. I am not an individual who is content with just getting C's in courses when I know I can do much better than that. So I'm not going to say C's get degrees. Obviously, there's been plenty of times where I'm like, you know what, I'm about to free this assignment, or not assignment, but I'm about to free like studying for the course for the rest of the night or this particular class because I'm tired. You need to really know your limits. And I think that's one of the most important things that a lot of students struggle with. But you won't know until you try. And one thing that I do is I really push myself to the point of where, I'm not creating an unhealthy relationship with the content that I'm learning, to the point of where I'm feeling anxious about going to school, or I'm feeling anxious about an assessment that we have coming up, because I'm just overwhelming myself to try to be as perfect as I can be. You don't want to get into that position. Now, mind you, if you're using me for an example, I'm a very busy individual. I mentor several students on a weekly basis who are trying to get into dental school, who are ranging from first year students in college all the way to seniors in college. I also work a job, so I work close to 20 hours a week, some weeks 15 hours, most weeks 20 hours. And this job entails me consulting with students through the platform of BMO that I work for. And I also have a girlfriend, so we have to continue to cultivate our relationship every week. We have weekly Bible study sessions. We have weekly dates that we go on. And then there's just like life. You gotta wash clothes, you gotta fold clothes, you have to go grocery shopping and meal prep if that's what you do. So, and that stuff takes time. So obviously there's time outside of dental school, at least for me and a lot of people, to do what you would like to do. I'm one of the individuals who goes to the gym every single day. And not only is this something that I would like to do for my fitness goals, but it's also a great break for me throughout the day. So if I wake up in the morning and I go to the gym, it's a great way to start my day. It's a great way for me to refocus and figure out exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing and where I want to be when I graduate from dental school, and honestly for the rest of my life. So right now, I'm going to stop by this bank real quick. You guys know you're going to get that haircut. Oh, they updated the bank system? Oh, snap. It's extremely important to understand the outlets that you need or you may have while in dental school. And I say this is very important because if you don't understand what outlets you need in order to sustain a healthy relationship with the content that you're learning in the school and all that stuff that you're learning while in school, then it's going to be really, really difficult for you to fully give your best on the daily basis. And what I mean by that is, if you're so burnt out to the point where you can't focus, you're not retaining information, stuff is not sticking is what we really call it. If it's not sticking, then you need to take some time away from the content and then come back to it later. Don't try to force it to stick, because if you try to force it to stick, then it most likely won't work. Then, once you've pretty much analyzed what type of student you are, if you're a type of student who, wants to do well academically, but doesn't want to burn yourself out or stress yourself out to the point where you feel like you have to be the number one person in the class and you have to just get everything correct and do everything perfectly, and you're just studying all day and all night, then you definitely want to make sure that you can phrase or structure your life to where you have breaks put in place for you to do the things you want to do or do the things you like to do. So for me, one of the things that I like to do is obviously go to the gym, like I said before. And then in addition to going to the gym, I spend a lot of time with my girlfriend. We go on hikes, we go on walks, we go on dates, to the grocery store. We may go to the movies, we may go anywhere. I mean, it really depends on what we're feeling like doing that week. Sometimes you just want to stay in and just want to relax, watch TV, watch a movie, cook some dinner together, whatever it is. And we'll do that together. So definitely have people who you can hang out with, friends or whatever it may be. I have a great group of friends that are down located in Bowie, Maryland. I go and see them whenever I can. It's kind of a little drive, so I haven't linked up with them in a minute, but we're definitely going to catch up sooner rather than later. And yeah. So overall, I will say you definitely have time to do what you would like to do outside of school in dental school. I think the biggest thing is just going to be time management. And some of the best skills that I can give for you all to have efficient time management is going to be being as organized as possible. So having a planner, having Notion or something of that nature where you write down the stuff that you plan on getting done that day. Or if you're like me, I'm at the point where I'm so seasoned in this where I don't really need to have a planner anymore. I can kind of schedule out exactly what I need to get done, what I need to accomplish in a day, and I don't really have to write it down. So if you can do that, I definitely recommend starting out with the planner, but you'll probably get to that point where you know what you need to do and you'll schedule it out, and you only have to use your planner on some of the extremely busy days during the week. All right, y'all, so I had to go in there and get this cut real quick. No better feeling than getting a fresh cut, man. I'll tell you that much. Especially when it's been like 3 to 4 weeks, you know what I mean? But anyway, I hope you all found this video informative. Overall, my message is going to be that while you're in dental school, your life does not stop. So you still have time to do the things that you love and the things that you want to do. Just all about time management, honestly. Making sure that you manage your time in an efficient manner to where you can do those things that you want to do and do the things that you love to do, and not have to necessarily worry about being too stressed or too overwhelmed with school, and to the point to where you're not able to function at the capacity in which you need to be successful in programs like dental school. So once again, I hope you all found this video informative and helpful. If you all have any comments, questions, or concerns, anything of that nature, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know, and I'll be sure to get back to you as well. I'll be coming out with some new content this coming week, show you guys a little bit what we're doing at Operative Lab now. We have our first practical in dental or gross anatomy tomorrow, so I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes, and basically we'll go from there. We also just finished one of the classes that was, in my personal opinion, one of the more difficult classes that we took, which is called physiology. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about some of the things that I did to be successful in that course. So stay tuned for that video as well, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.